Hello. Uh, yeah. So in the last class, like I stopped in the programming, right? Over here, I stopped it. So I created some objects over here, and then I stopped it here, right? So I'll explain it again, like how that object is created. I'll create one new class that is called as. Uh, I'll take some pen. Capital pen. I'll create it. So now the class has been created. So how we create the classes? Using the class keyword, and we'll give the name for the class. The class name and the file name should be same. Okay, whatever the extension you will be saving now, there that this both should be same. So I have taken an example of pen. Okay, and I'll take main method. So now I'll be creating one object. So how, when we create an object, I'll show in the diagram thing. Yeah, here see, there is a thing called as heap memory. That is heap memory. Okay. This one will come later. That is there's a thing called as heap memory. So inside that heap memory, you will be like whatever, as soon as you create your object, right, it will be, you will get an heap memory. So when you create an object, that is using first, what is the name, the class name, and the object name. I'll take p1, which is equals to, using new keyword of pen. Okay, here the class is created. So when you create this, the inside the heap memory, the like how I'll tell, the position will be allotted. So over here, this one, see here, the memory will be allotted. So what is the memory location that has been allotted? I'll tell you. So I'll print p1. I'll just check. See, this is the memory address it is showing. So this will be allotted. So this is how we create. So we create some memory, and we'll give the, like what object name. So this is the object name, that is p1. So for here, I'll take p1. So this p1, I'll take this box. Yeah, here p1. Yeah, this p1 is there. Now this is the object name. This is but nothing but this is nothing but the object name that which you will be giving the container name. I can tell container name. So this is the container name, and that is this one. P1 is the container name, and this is the usual class name, and we'll be using one keyword to create a new object, that is new keyword, and here the creation of object will be done. So this is how that syntax is, guys. So yesterday only I think I showed you the syntax over here. Okay, I didn't show you the syntax. Yeah, so this one is C name container name, and this one is keyword and this is a class name. Here this is where the object is created. So here the object will be created. Creation. So this is how we will create an object. So when you create an object, why we will be using and how we will be using, we will tell. So when we create an object for p1, so that is pen1. So for that pen1, what I'll take is I'll take some properties of that pen1. That is, I'll take string. I don't just use the names. I'll just give xyz. X is equals to name, or we'll put brand. Brand is equals to x. You can directly initialize like this, or you can just declare it and then you can initialize it x, and I'll be printing this by x, no name, sorry, brand. So this is how we'll be executing using the object. So there are different types of initialization. Okay, I'll be telling you today. This is what starts. So while initializing only, see, this is just a declaration which we have. See, if you do till here, this is only called as declaration. So you have only, this is only called as declaration. Okay, now we should initialize it. So like how we'll be initializing, there are some types, like there are totally 5 types how we will be initializing. So one is direct initialization, and using object reference, using constructors, and using blocks, and using methods. So these are all ways we can do. So first is direct initialization. I will show the direct initialization. So direct initialization is nothing but you will just initialize the value over here only. Okay, so something like brand name, like XYZ I'll keep. So the brand name is XYZ. So this is what the direct initialization. So I'll copy this. Yeah, this is for direct initialization. Okay. This is for direct initialization. And now here for how we'll be doing by object reference, how we will initialize, I'll tell you. So using object reference means I'll create another class. That is object reference. So here how we will do is, first I'll declare that property string. Okay. I'll put some name that is equals to, sorry, just I'll declare it. Then I'll take one main method. So this is object reference, guys. How we'll be creating using object reference. I think he's joined or not. No. Okay. Using object reference. So what will I've taken the main method. Now what I'll do is I'll create an object. So how we will create an object? Using the class name, that is object of R1, or I'll take O1. Yeah. So over here, like I have taken O1, and again I'll be doing using the new keyword, then object so here I'll be creating the object. So I can directly declare here using the container name and name. That name which is equals to name is equals to, I'll give you something called as x, y and z. Okay, so I will print here. So this is how we will be doing by object reference. So see, this is the container name, that nothing but this is the like reference name which we will be using. So this is the reference name or else anything you can tell, container name we can tell. Okay. So here I'll print O1 dot name. dot name. See, you have got. You can also directly do this inside the statement also. I'll remove this. Put over dot name is equals to x, y, z. So you can also directly do it inside the print statement also. Okay, like this. So coming to the next thing is, so this is how we do the like object creation. Yesterday I stopped in multiple object creation. So suppose, see, I'll go for the previous example. In this here have pen. So there are different types of pens, that is like I'll take pen 1, pen 2. There are different. If suppose if I am having like more than 10 pens, okay, so I'll be having some 10 pens. So what I'll do, I'll create some 10 objects in the same class, that is 2, 3, 4. So I'll take some 4 examples, then I'll use this reference for the same thing. Here once only see, only once I'll declare, okay. I won't initialize here. I'll not initialize here. Only declaration. So only declaration I'll do. Here I've been created the object. I will use that object and I'll initialize the value here, that is p1 dot brand. So p1's brand will be, brand is equals to, I'll take some alphabets only, that is A, or from A I'll put and I'll close. The same thing copy, I'll give for P2, P3, P4. Okay. Yeah. Here I'll be giving the different names. Like suppose if only different name I'll give, if there is a price, there is a option of price also. Every pen's price will be like 5. You think price will be price is equals to some 10 rupees. Okay. So the brand name is different. A, B, and C, take D. So the brand name will be different, but the price will be same. So at that time you will be using, see, brand name is same, and price is different. P1 of price. Okay. The same thing I'll copy paste. Will make us 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4. So here see how you will get the output. So the pen of A is equals to 10, and pen of B is also is equals to 10, and pen of C is equals to 10. So this pen names are changed, okay, but the cost remains same, the price remains same. So this is for these purpose in the real world example I'm telling. This is how like they'll be using. Just I've used A B C D, that's all. So you will not get confused. So I think this concept is clear why we will be using objects, and why this is how we'll be creating the multiple objects. Okay, and I have also told you how to pass the values inside the uh, like object. Using the object reference you will be doing. Okay, next concept is constructors. Okay, so Java constructors. So coming to Java constructors, Java constructor, so why we'll be using the Java constructor is it is like a special methods that is used to initialize the objects. So there are some special methods. I'll be telling you what is the method, like why we'll be using in the example, so you will come to know. And the constructor is called when a object is created. So you don't need to call that method, okay, directly when the object is created, the like it will be called. So you don't need to call that. So I'll show you the example. So here are some notes, like what all you should follow and what you should not follow. So I'll be explaining in the example only, so you will come to know. So later you go through this. I'll be explaining this point one by one in the example only. So I'll take a new class called, sorry, called as constructor. Okay, so first I'll be creating one normal constructor, okay, and I'll be telling you the different types of constructor. So what is the normal constructor, how to create a constructor, or there is some syntax for that. So you should use the class name, that is constructor. So this is the normal syntax, okay. The class name, the class name and the thing, only the class name you will be using. You cannot use the return type as void. You cannot use the return type of void, like you cannot use void. Okay, I'll be telling what is the return type and all, so you will come to know that. The next thing is how we'll be using this and why we'll be using this. I'll create one main method. That is, I'll create one object. Constructor of C1, that is equals to, using new keyword, okay, done. So here I don't need to call using the I don't need to call, it will directly take it. So how we'll be using the constructor will be called directly. So I'll take one property string, and over there I'll be using string name is equals to something xyz z, or else just I'll take the name and I will declare here name is equals to x, y, and z. Okay, now I'll print here c1 dot name. Okay, see, so I didn't here anywhere I didn't use this constructor thing to call. Okay, I didn't call like constructor dot name so and all. I didn't use like it is automatically called when the object is created. It automatically calls. So when the object is created, it calls. Okay, so you don't need to, what will tell, you guys don't need to call that constructor. Yeah, so now, so this is how it automatically calls. Okay, so you guys don't need to do. So in coming to constructors, there are different. So I told you na some notes, like I'll explain. You see, the constructor name first. What is the first rule is like the constructor will be starting using the, will create the constructor using the class name. The class name and the constructor name will be same usually. Suppose if you don't create this constructor also, sup suppose if you don't create this constructor also, there will be a constructor called as default constructor. Okay, the default constructor will be taking the thing. Okay, there will be a default constructor. So I'll show you how. See, I'll not initialize the value for this thing. Okay, the default constructor, I'll not be initializing the value for here. So as I told you in previous thing, the default values, the what is the like default constructor, what is the like work of default constructor is nothing but it will throw default values for that. See, if suppose if I don't use this also, the compiler, the Java compiler, it knows and it will give you null. So inside that heap memory only it, uh, it will be running. Okay, so the compiler already it compiles and it will give you null. So everything has its own. Suppose if I want integer, no, integer also it has its own default value. Int of x is equals to, so even integer has its own value. See, I'll do plus of x, that is c1 dot x, even it has its own value, that is 0. See, you can see now integer has its own value called 0. So one is default constructor. So what is the default constructor? See, default constructor is nothing but like we will not be assigning any value for that. we'll not be assigning a new value for that. Like previously by the programmer only they will be given a one value, so that is what we'll be calling as default. So in that word only you will be coming to know what is the default constructor. And coming to next is parameterized constructor. So in this only we have a thing called as parameterized constructor. So this is default constructor, df constructor. Just I'll keep df constructor, and now we'll be using, so this one I'll comment. Now I'll be telling the parameterized constructor, okay? Or else, okay, I'll leave this, I'll create a new class. That is parameter okay. So here I'll be taking one property called as string, that is name is equals to, so name, and int I'll take age, and I'll take, okay, this two is enough. Just I'll show one example of parameter, that is parameter constructor, and here I'll take main method. So what we'll be doing inside the parameterized constructor means we will be initializing this like what all the return type, using the return type, and that any one object reference will be giving, that is return type. What we will be using is we need some, if suppose if I need name, means name is nothing but name is that like what is the data type of name is, I'll be giving string of n I'll take, and comma int of a I'll take. So I have taken two things in the parameter. So how I'll be initializing it, I'll be creating one object parameters, that is p1 is equals to new keyword para, and then see here they have given the default value. So what I'll be initializing, what I should be initializing here means, so I'll pass this value to here, okay? For this constructor only, see the constructor is automatically called, so that only I got a null value over here, see, so that only I got a null value over here. So what inside, instead of null I can pass anything which I want. Since I am using double quotes because this is a string type, so I'll be using Puneet, and I'll be using 32, sorry 33, so 23 as age. Okay, so here how, if you go like this and if you run, it won't run. Okay, age. So I'll make as name age. See, if I print like this, it won't print. See, it is still giving null and zero. Why it is still giving null and zero? Because you didn't declare it inside the constructor, and you didn't assign the value for this. From here to here, that is, it has passed that value to this first argument. So inside this argument, it has passed. So how I'll be initializing that is, so I'll take n dot, okay, wait, how I'll be initializing this, yeah, see here, I'll tell you. This name, I'll be initializing for this name, na, name is equals to n. So this name is equals to n. So since this value is inside, so this name, the whatever the value which I have given, that is Puneet. So whatever the value which I have been given, na, Puneet, so some data, some whatever the data which have been given to this, it will be stored to name, and age is equals to 8. So you should assign like this. Here I am assigning the value. Okay, value is given. Here in this step I will be giving the value. Okay, I am assigning the value. So now if I print, I will be getting, see, I will be getting, have got Puneet and the age, that is 23. So this is how a parameterized constructor work. So now we'll just go on different scenarios. Okay, like how we will create, and why we will create, and there are different scenarios, like we'll go based on different scenarios. I'll show some 2 to 3 examples. Okay, so coming to the first thing, we'll create an employee class. Okay, we'll create an employee class default parameter name using like I type here. So first we'll be create a class employee default properties name salary. Okay, name and salary, and so I use and initialize, just a minute, initial initialize set initialize the value okay, initialize the value using constructor. Yeah, this is the first thing we'll be solving now using the constructor. We'll be doing this program. Okay, so what all we need now, I'll create another class called as employee. So here in this question have told create a class employee. Okay, and I should give the default properties, that is properties. Properties called as name and salary. So I'll be giving here string employee name and int sal. So this is the normally first I should declare it, so it will come to like what default, and I'll be initializing the value using the constructor. Okay, and also we'll do this as create a minimum of 2 objects. Okay, so here what I'll do, so this is done. So what is the next line of our question? We have created and we'll be initializing using the constructor. So now we'll create a constructor, that we will create a constructor, that is what employee okay. I'll be telling you why we'll be using public and public, private and all. Okay, in the access modifier you will be learning that. So that is the next topic which you guys will be learning, so don't worry about this public keyword. So and inside that, so I'll take two arguments over here, that is string name comma int of s, that is salary. This is just for a reference I'm keeping. Okay, and this s and n is a reference of this. So since it will be stored in this value, I'll be using this reference and I'll be assigning this to the name and salary, as I told in the previous thing. So here what I'll be doing is I'll create one, what is that, main method. I'll create employee of E1 that is equals to new employee, and I should assign some value. So here I'll assign for the employee 1 name is something Karthik, age I'll give as something 24, and here I'll print why why it's not coming. Yeah, okay. So here I have assigned the value, so I have given the value to this container. So again I'll take that value, that is name is equals to n. Okay, see, in this scenario what we'll be learning is I'll be creating another that is employee, another object. This is first object, this is second object, employee e2 that is equals to new here I will be giving the different value, that is I'll give something John, something I'll give 30. Okay, so if I want to print the first thing, the first object, just I'll be using the first object reference, that is e1 dot name. Here see, what is the main thing of using the constructor na? Here the line also reduces, the declaration and the initialization is done in the same line. Here what happens is in constructor the declaration and initialization the declaration and the initialization is done in the same line. Okay, the object declaration is also done here only, and the initialization is also done in the same line only, so that the code of line will decrease. Suppose in the previous thing and all, no, you used to print like this in the main method. See, you used to create the separate where I'll take I'll take some mathematical operation. Here you used to take and you used to what is the I'll type and show the example. Okay, the declaration, the initialization is done in the same line only. Before you used to take e1 dot, like e1 dot, and you used to declare it separately, and again you will print it now. But in the object thing only you will be getting everything. So while creation of the object only, inside the parameter only you will pass off. Okay, E1 plus that is name na. So name, here I'll make this as E2. I'll print it here only. So here salary, so that is E2, sorry, E1 of salary, E2 of salary. What is the output I'm getting? Okay, I didn't initialize it here, the salary. So sal is equals to s. So if I run, we'll get the output. See, we'll be getting. Okay, this is how it's normally how you will get. This is one scenario, guys. So the like I'll tell you the methods, and tomorrow in I'll just give a small introduction about the methods, and tomorrow we'll do methods, and like we'll do some 10 uh, scenarios. We'll work on that, on both like on constructors and methods will work. So coming to methods, like methods, it is like it's a block of code which we write. Okay, for example, I'll take I'll create one new class called bike. So methods are used to print. For example, first I'll print and show main. So SOUT. See, now I'll just you imagine that there are mm, some like in some cricket team. Okay, that is in India, there are players called as XYZ. Okay, first is A, and next one B, C, and D. So you will be printing this in first 4 lines. You imagine. And again, suppose if you want to print this line in over here, or else here I'll take some Australia players, okay, or some Pakistan players, or anyone. I'll take Pakistan players only, and I'll put E E F and G. So I have taken. If suppose if I print this one, no, I have got this one. So in India's team, A, B, C, and D are there. So in Pakistan team, E, F, G are there. Okay. So if I want to print again, so if I want to print 10 times, at that time what you will do, you can use the methods. So you can write this method, this thing, that is India to, like, that is this line, this block of code inside one method. How we'll write a method? We'll use void keyword, and we'll give method name India. I think the meeting is end. Okay, I'll take this, I'll create one method, I'll print I'll just, if I want to call that method, just I'll create an object, that is bike of B is equals to new bike something. So have taken this one. Okay. B capital. I've created one object, and just I'll call this method. This B dot India, and I'll run. 3 have got. Suppose if I want 3 to 4 times, it should print. See, I'll print 3 to 4 times. So it will print 3 to 4 times. So what is the method? What is the meaning of method is, like, we will be using methods to run a block of code repeatedly. So whenever we want that code, no, we will be using that. So instead of this, like we cannot be printing the same thing, like the line increases, right? See here, if I be printing, no, 5 5 10, like that, it will be increasing 5 plus 5 10 10, 10 and 20 30, like that it will be increasing. We, it is used to reduce the code. The block of code will reduce when you will be using this methods. So I'll be explaining this in tomorrow's class using different examples, and I'll also give like 3 to 4 scenarios of this constructors. Okay, so this is what, like, today you have learned. If you have any doubts, you can ask me, and you guys just go through this video. If like this notes, I'll be sending this notes by Monday, I think so, when sir comes. Thank you.